Did you see, Mom? They're gonna reintroduce grade 13 on an optional basis. You know how they used to have grade 13? Did you go to grade 13 or just grade 12? But some people did grade 13 for a really high end major. What? College? University? Well, yeah, by the time you get to grade 12, if you're not going to grade 13, then say goodbye to a lot of the money in your whole life. That's how I see it. You might as well do grade 13 if you're already at 12 or whatever. It's the extra year or whatever. I think grade 12 is still a diploma, though. Grade 12 is still a diploma, and grade 13 is the. I was going to say extra. It was a word with an R, requisitions. I'm not sure what it is, but extra, like extracurricular activities and stuff, I guess. You become smarter. Even I went to summer school. You have to subscribe to the Globe and Mail. I've never been to this website, but I've heard of it. I've heard of it a couple times, more than a couple times here in Canada. The Globe and Mail. For $1.99 a week, you can subscribe. It looks like a pretty good news website for Canadians. The $1.99 looks like your best deal. These ones come with also a home delivery, I think a physical newspaper. Printed newspaper. This one's really nice. Because I wanted to start getting into a printed subscription, but I wanted magazines, but hey, $6.99 a week. Wow. If it was $6.99 a month maybe, but $6.99 a week. And I think it's one paper every week or something. Not sure. RCMP lay terrorism charges against teen for alleged neo-Nazi ties. Let's see this one. Oh, we won't be able to see it until we pay $1.99. I guess you can register for free. Okay. Oh, I have to confirm my email. Let's get off the Globe and Mail real quick. Search Bing. Windsor. I was just down there. Don't tell me. A 19-year-old man from Windsor has been charged with terrorism. 19-year-old. He filed an application, a paper application online to join the Atomwaffen Division and offered his skills and commitment to the group. That's the thing. If the group is known for their thing and he's saying he's going to be committed and doing an actual bad thing, that's a different story. I was going to say, but there is also, I feel like I was going to say something about how it's also not right to be anti, where, but it says that he was looking to do some sort of act. Let's see, like freedom of opinion and speech and all that, but let's see what he did. He filed an application. Um, National Socialist Order and offered his skills and commitment. They say the accused committed several hate motivated offenses. So he did several hate motivated offenses. Accused, charged participating in or contributing to directly or indirectly activity of a terrorist group for the purpose of enhancing the ability of any terrorist group to facilitate or carry out a terrorist activity. What terrorist activity did he commit? They don't say. I've never heard of the Atomwaffen Division. It doesn't sound that scary of a word to me, but let's see what they are. It doesn't sound as scary as Al Qaeda or what's the ones that just killed 12, like literally killed 12 American soldiers? Oh, the Taliban? Yeah, they actually just obliterated 12 real American soldiers. We've never heard of the Atomwaffen Division. Meaning nuclear weapons in Germany, also known as the National Socialist Order, is an international right-wing, supposedly extremist and neo-Nazi something. I don't know why they would be considered terrorists. What have they terrorized? Let's see. You have to actually terrorize something to be a terrorist. Just because so that's not terrorism. Let's see. Expanded across, the good majority of our countries and whatnot. The group is described as a part of the alt-right by some journalists. But it rejects the label. It is considered extreme. The alt-right demonstrators, they've already done their jobs. They've showcased their pride for being the race that they are. There's no point in any demonstrations anymore. They've already won. That's Joe Biden. You've already won. And you don't want to make the other ones that were like doing the real terrorism that were destroying the cities, like those BLMs and all those. If you start them, you'll make them look good. So there's no reason for any of that because you've already won. It's the United States of America, it's Canada, it's United Kingdom, it's Germany, it's not Africa. There's no reason for any nuclear weapons because everything's pretty peaceful. We won. I'm a direct lineage member of the same family that Adolf Hitler was. But I have no ambition. But here's the thing. If it got to the time, if it got to that time, but it's not at that time anymore. You can put the flags down, really. I wouldn't burn the flags, no. I would fold them up and put them into a box, kind of like how you fold any flag and put it into a box, and maybe in the future you'll need it again. Actually, that is how they. That's why it's not a thing against anybody. Listen, they're with you, but they're basically saying, "Hey, the war's over right now. You won or whatever. Just put your memorabilia away. You're allowed to have Nazi memorabilia and yada yada. Just put it away. You don't got to go to war with it on because you won already. There's not one thing in the world, almost pretty much, that you can't get just by getting up and getting it with your two hands or whatever. Generally, so you're allowed to have the memorabilia, but they're saying put it in its box and put it away, and just maybe every once in a while for a keepsake or a memory and all that. And if you ever need it again, we have it or whatever. But pretty much we don't because it's history now. Because everybody's feeling equality. But at the same time, I don't want to see too many swastikas. I don't stare at the swastika. I don't. That's why I don't have it. I don't have anything that has a swastika on it. Oh, you know what I do? I have a coin that has a swastika on it, but I barely look at it. So the swastikas are a lot like a little bit too much when you got too much swastika. But that's a certain time, eh? They're really showboating. Hey, everybody, every other race has a time when they are flashy. And that's the time when these ones are flashy is when they're showing all their swastikas. But I was never a flashy person with the swastika. I was more of the person to where, hey, I don't like the swastika necessarily, but I respected the swastika, but I never would really just I would try to hide the swastika more than show it. The swastika meant dear to my heart, and if anybody attacked the swastika, I would get mad or something, but when it comes to like wearing all the swastika and flying it here and rubbing it in people's faces and all that, I don't do that. And nor do I own anything. Oh, except the one coin. So it's about your intentions, like with how extreme about it you are. I think, right? I don't see it as a time of being extreme. Not for anybody right now. It's calmed down. We got organizations like the Federal Bureau of Investigation and yada yada that well they're supposed to respect everybody's and they do, but I mean there is a Wikipedia page for it, so it's not full out censorship and racism because they could just delete everything and you not know anything about it. So I mean if you got real firearms and I don't know. I'm not a professional at this sort of analyzation. I've never dealt with organized groups. Actually, I did deal with one, but not like this. But that's how it is. I mean, it's sometimes it's pretty hard living as an individual citizen. But I don't know what it is. I think they are what they are. I keep them at what they are what they are. I mean, they are my race, pretty much or whatever. A lot of them, but at the same time, a lot of them are like not so. Look at this one. No, you know what? I am this race too. No kikes, no fags, no N words. Join the United States is super serious about that N word. Every game server I go, like that one game server I was on, they were obsessed with it. Like, if you said the N word one time, you was banned. Like, But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a certain time for it. But I don't know why that kid would get in trouble. I don't know what he did specifically. I think he got taken advantage of. I think he was a lone bird with German ambitions or whatever, which isn't bad because I'm part German. That would be a crime against humanity to say that a German person couldn't breathe and be happy and patriotic as a German person, just as anybody is patriotic. But can you prove that his patriotism went beyond that? And you'll have to do that in court. If he can remain calm, that's the biggest thing. He has to remain calm. He has to prove that he was just being sort of a little bit patriot. He was showing some patriotism to his race, but look, zealous operation. You know, the Bible talks about being zealous and jealous and yada yada, or overzealous, like where you're, like I said, rubbing it in people's faces or whatever. So I don't know what he did to piss or make the RCMP so mad or whatever off, because I did a lot of stuff too, but nothing. Like I said, I've never wore a military garb or whatever with the mask on. But what's wrong with that? Isn't an illegal firearm? If it's not an illegal firearm, well, if they call themselves a militia, I don't think you're allowed to be a militia, really. I mean, you you have, I think, more or less, yeah, you could be a militia, I guess, but oh, here's what he did. He fatally rammed a family. Okay, that's something you can't do. Boom. And yeah, and there you go. It goes back to this text here. It says fatally ramming a Muslim family, right? So when I was saying, I was like, what did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? Because it's like he didn't do much wrong, but he made people like me look bad. I'm a highly successful person that carries this skin color in comparison. And you'll have the multi-gajillionaires stand up and say, do you have 500 million in your account? And I'll say, no, I don't. But I'm doing a lot better than this guy who's now facing terrorist charges because he chose to violate the law and ram a family or whatever when he could have did something more productive. But it happens like that. And this is when I say some stuff about like the RCMP and all that. It's like, hey, they drove the kid to craziness. They try to do it with everybody. That should be a crime. And I've been trying to prosecute them for that. They're known for putting chips on your head, like remote animal chips. And they'll taunt you all the time in your head about shit all the time to try to get you to violate the law, which I argue is entrapment. It's entrapment, it's harassment, it's assault. To embed a chip, a microchip into somebody's head, a law enforcement micro surveillance chip, and then just be talking shit in it all the time to piss somebody off, so then they finally do something like run somebody over. Then that's the shit they're doing. And you know, and there is videos online, everybody. There's videos online, and this isn't illegal to tell you. There's videos online, everybody, that says that they were doing this. Where is it? If you look it up and you see the government conspiracies, it's showing what the government, like the law enforcement side, is doing, and the federal government, the one with the money in the reserve and all that. It's like whoever's bringing the money to the reserve's going to make them laugh and stuff. So if the brain chips are working, the Federal Reserve's like, okay, then we're with the brain chip people that are like pissing people off and causing this and all that. We're with those people because they're the ones feeding us. But if nobody's falling for their bullshit that they're saying, then they're going to be like, oh, we don't fuck with law enforcement. You're fired, you're fired, you're fired, and all that. And then it's going to change. So don't fall for any of that bullshit you hear. Just know, just laugh and know that every dollar, every 5 cents that you have, like, is going to make them mad and lose their job and lose their lives instead of you. Because that's harassment. As long as you don't do anything wrong, they have you chipped or whatever, don't do anything. They're going to try to piss you off. And they know everything about you because you grew up in their country. Then they try to take advantage of you. Okay, and that's all it is. And under law, that's what it is. And believe it or not, everybody's got this chip. They drive everyone crazy, even the celebrities. Robin Williams. That's what they did to him. All right, they did it to a lot of them. They got the brain chip in them, and they hit every little note they can. It's sick how the brain chip even makes you clamp your jaw or whatever it is. So don't believe that hype. But that's what's causing a lot of these things to happen is these brain chips, all those mass shootings, or God, or whoever it is they keep saying he is. He keeps saying he's God or whatever. And that's one thing I learned early on in the United States was it's called extremism. It's like if you think God's always right, you think God's always right, or something like that. Yeah, I've known that one for years. That's why I always call God an idiot and laugh at him and all that. And he hates me because he never wins. Because it ain't God. It's some organization like the RCMP on your chip, all right? And they're just some jealous, loser, fucking, like some fucking wannabe motherfuckers that had to go to school. Some of them are cool, like I am, and all that. I created a website for the RCMP and all that. But some of their officers are some fucking shit smelling, pathetic fucking loser ass Canadians. Never had anything that they ever wanted to achieve. Fucking retarded, causing problems in people's chips, causing all the shit to happen. Brutality, over sexual, rapist pigs is what some of them are. But I don't get into it because people call me a lot of words too. And if you get into it with them, you get hit like this. For talking. I've never even seen the RCMP. I've only heard them. They hide on the chip or whatever, and then they come once they think they've justified some kind of shit or something that isn't true, they'll come and wipe you out or whatever. I think is what they are. So they're setting up a lot of Canadians. They set up this kid, threw his life away because he wanted to fucking learn about neo-fascism for fucking 1 month or something. But at the same time, or a couple of years or whatever, it's like, by the same time though, he's an idiot because he fucking screwed up and started running people over and actually causing bloodshed. So goodbye to him. He's gone too. So I'll sentence him. I want to, yeah, he needs to be sentenced too. So he is. He's going for the terrorism thing and everything. But at the same time, that's all I wanted to say about those chip things. Like, relax on the chip things, because I've witnessed what you're doing on the chips and shit, and it's illegal. All right, and you're causing kids to go crazy, and it's annoying. And the only and I can sit here and tell you that because I'm a very strong-headed man named StacksAMilli. I'm famous for being successful, not for being a terrorist. Okay. And that's one of the reasons why they haven't drove me crazy. But like I said, they do it to celebrities. And sometimes you can use it to your advantage to become successful if you don't be stupid and lose your temper. I just don't see it being right to make people lose their temper and all that. But he was losing his temper for quite a while, it looked like. He looked like he was losing his temper for a while, but hey. Well, actually, I didn't really like the crime he did either, the Muslim family. It's like, it's just the Muslim family. I mean, it's like, that wasn't anything, that wasn't honorable. That wasn't honorable at all. And that was the thing about some of the Germans. That's what I learned about Hitler. At the very end, he wasn't very so honorable. Even though I'm like Germany and I have that little percentage in me and yada yada, but I'm also American. And what is it called? Yeah, the Germans were crazy. All the way fucking nutso, I think. And that's where I get my little ranting and all that, but I have such a little bit amount of it that it ends up working out or whatever. Sort of, or whatever. But like Hitler, when he would go on his speeches, he was crazy, and I do the same thing. Justin's more like him, to be honest. Because actually, Justin's a little bit more erratic. I mean, it's like, no, he's not. No, Adolf's erratic. Look at him driving here with like that. This is what Donald did, almost. But Donald wasn't. Donald's not much like. Look, I think Hitler's the one driving here. He's like, I'm pulling up myself. Donald was in the back seat, hiding behind bulletproof glass when he went. Everybody loved Hitler. He could go out in front of millions of people, and he would be no bulletproof vest, nothing. So I see where we're at. We have a couple people that are like high up there that are wearing bulletproof vests because they must have pissed the population off. Oh, I see what it is. The majority of the population is a certain way in America. But the people up top forgot about that, so now a lot of them have to wear vests and all that, like Lady Gaga or whatever. I don't know what it was. So now they're all wearing vests and all that, and they're scared of their general population. It's a weird country, slave country. Because how it used to be in the country, in your country, that's your country. It's like you go outside, that's all your brothers and sisters in your country. It's like, then it changed like, oh, you have to watch brother, sister, because brother, sister gets you because you have extra money or elephants and all that. Then it became like some other shit or whatever. It's like all different countries, I guess. Oh, they have genocide in Africa. They got mass genocide and all that. That's what they did to the Germans, eh? They genocided the Germans, all right? Big time. But I'm not going to say that the Germans didn't screw up because they shouldn't have invaded Russia or whatever. But here's the thing, I don't know what happened at the time. But I feel that genocide and I feel that racism every single day against my German percentile or percentage, sorry. Every day I feel it. And it pisses me off, but I'm such a happy guy and they've let me live so good. And they let my dad live too. And my dad's like, looks like a German scientist. So it ain't about that. It's about your actions. It's about your actions. And that's the thing that pisses me off when one of these little time ones want to say something to me about who I am as a person. Oh, these German scientists and all that. But see, you were just a you're just a robber. You're just a robber. Enjoy your corruption. Because guess what? You're the same person that went against you say the German scientists and all that. Yeah, some of them. I'm not gay either, but listen, at least a house. Yeah, but there's so many houses. So would you rather your houses be? Well, yeah, exactly. You don't want too many German scientists either. So they're balancing it out. It's like a mixture, I guess, and they really do this stuff, eh? You thought it ended with the Germans and the Nazis or whatever when because they made it famous, human science or whatever. I feel like they're one of the more famous ones when it comes to race and science and yada yada. But guess what? They got off. They went. They D-Dayed them. They went in there. They killed them, and now they do every single thing the same thing they used to do, but now they do it in America and Canada. They just went over there and jack moved them, and that's what the United States is famous for. So be very careful about anybody in the United States, especially the blacks or anybody that has friends that are black. They do these you've heard it in the rap songs. It's called sell it and then rob them or whatever. They sell it to you and then they rob you after. Like be very careful, eh? Because they got white guys like this. You know how you can identify the white guys that are friends with them and that'll do the robberies on you? Because they'll be the ones that anytime you say anything about a black person or something, they'll go against you on it. They'll be like, no black people, they're not, yeah, those ones will set you up on a robbery because they're friends with the black people. So they're just waiting for you to screw up and then they're gonna rob you and kick your door, shoot you, first 48, all that. Go watch it. That's America. That's their hustle. They like sell drugs and then rob you, or if they smell any drugs in your house, like they rob you. Like it's either the police or people in the neighborhood or people around the city. You got even 1 gram of marijuana in certain states, you could lose your life. 1 gram of cocaine. That doesn't happen anywhere else but the great United States. Because you want to listen to everybody but people like me. So here's a body bag. Enjoy looking out of it or enjoy looking in it. I don't really care if you're looking in it or looking out of it because I don't see body bags, you do. That's the first 48. We don't have this shit happen in Canada like that. They got 355 million Americans and they don't even know how to handle them. And they don't even know how to handle themselves. And then it's just like this thing. It's like, I don't know, some of them, but they clean them up. They clean them up because I got a lot of good family friends in America. That's a whole different. And then here's the thing. I have my family, so we know who we are. We know who we are. Okay. And then there was a little bit of confusion about who I was with some of the law enforcement. They were like, who is the kid, eh? They didn't know I was with somebody. Yeah, buddy's with somebody that pays a lot of money taxes. It's bigger than just the street cop. And yeah, like I don't know you and you don't know them. But how do I explain it? We very much respect the police because we're the ones that pay the police's bills. There are service people. But at the same time, I got to watch how I talk to my service people. But it's taken a while to try to get that across or whatever that that I'm not a criminal, that actually I come from the family that pays their salaries. I work on my computer for companies that put these uniforms on your back or whatever. But they've realized that now, and I haven't been harassed in a while. Actually, in the United States, I would barely get harassed, I feel like. But I did get beat up a couple times. I did get beat up a few times. those people, like, they're not doing too good. Like, I'm living. I just got my new motorcycle. Those other people are like, so watch what you do, because those people are facing prosecution, and they laughed about it in the beginning. And I remember the gradual. It was like almost like it was a gradual energy shift of when they laughed at me and hurt me and all that, and I said I was gonna charge them, and I said I was gonna prosecute them, and they laughed and said it would be impossible. But as I get closer and closer to the true prosecution of it, you can feel the energy shift in those people. Okay, kind of like when you pull a throttle on here, you can feel the energy shift. You can feel the energy on how fast you're gonna go and all that. Yeah, I can feel the energy shift of those people. They're not really laughing anymore. They got a lot of stomach aches, and they don't have a new motorcycle. So it's all starting to like weigh in on them. Like, it's all starting to add up. It's like whenever, because they used to laugh, and then now they can't laugh because they don't have that new motorcycle like I got. So they must have been doing something wrong. Now they're thinking about themselves. They're like, well, what did I do wrong? Because he's got all this new stuff. He's getting all these gifts. He's making it happen. He's so in life because you did something wrong in life, and you have to go pay for that. Just like I um paid for the things that I felt like I did wrong, or that, etc. I've been watching a lot of Suzuki videos. Lamborghini motorcycle. I didn't know Lamborghini made a motorcycle. Look at this one, Indian Challenger, because I've been big into looking at gold wings. Look at this one. And don't get me wrong, in the United States, German heritage is perfectly accepted, and it's widely around. It's widely around. It's not banished. It's not banished. I know that because at school we even got to look at memorabilia. We got to look at, you have people that have some cool German-esque stuff. It's not banished. But at the same time, like I said, it's all about enjoying the whole world. Everything that every single country has worked for some sort of import or export. Yeah, that's how I always seen it as a kid. It was like every single country has an import and export. And what are you going to do to get all the things that you want to import or you want to export or whatever? Like, I seen China is big in noodles, and I like noodles, so you know what I mean? Like, it's like importation and exportation. Importation and exportation. Yeah, dude, all I hear is, and okay, and I'm gonna have to say that that is a form of that charge by constantly harassing me and saying that you're an extremist with that thing that you keep saying. You're an extremist. All I like to do is import things like this. Look at these hot peppers. You know where those originally came from? I think they came from South America, Mexico. Now they're everywhere. We got them up, people import and export. But that's the thing. If you don't know anything about importing and exporting, you're just going to be a poor person like you are, jealous of me again. So learn about importing and exporting. Like my motorcycle, it was imported from China. Harley Davidson's not even an American company anymore, they're saying. So I didn't go Harley Davidson. I couldn't afford to go Harley Davidson anyway. Harley Davidsons are very expensive. When somebody buys it, lasts a whole lifetime. My dad has had his Harley Davidson for longer than I've been alive. He's had his Harley Davidson since he was since he for 30 over 30 years he's had it. And it's been good. He has the same one for 40 years. That's how expensive a Harley Davidson is. You have it for you could have they actually antiques they last for hundreds of years. I still do love Harley Davidson. And who knows, maybe in the future when I'm much older, I'll finally be able to be a man riding a Harley Davidson. But you got young ones riding the Harleys too. Join the rally in the Rockies. That's something big. Any person that rides a motorcycle would want to go on that scenic ride. I'm about to go on my scenic ride in a bit. It isn't in the Rockies. Oh, I'm mostly going on the trails. I got an e-bike. It's really nice. Equipped with it's equipped with the really nice ABS brakes, and it's equipped with the suspension. It's got its 500-watt motor. It's got everything. Here's the one area I like to pull up at. Cloud. Hey, they're motorcycling around the same area. Yeah, I'm bringing it to court. It's called theft of a phone is what happened to my iPhone.